Think the world is overcrowded with 8 billion people? Hold that thought. When we talk about global population, it's easy to get swept up in dramatic headlines and bold claims. One such claim is that we've already surpassed the 8 billion mark. However, the reality is a bit different. As of the latest data, the global population is actually just shy of this number. Why does this matter, you might wonder? Well, accurate population data is crucial for understanding a myriad of global challenges, from resource allocation to economic planning and environmental conservation. Misconceptions about population figures can lead to misguided policies and public perceptions. It's also fascinating to consider how population growth rates vary dramatically around the world, which adds another layer of complexity to the demographic landscape. This variation influences everything from urban development to healthcare needs globally. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive deeper into the world of demographics. Is the Earth really bursting at the seams with people? Let's delve into the concept of overpopulation, a term that often triggers visions of packed cities and strained resources. But is our planet truly overpopulated? Overpopulation refers to a scenario where the number of people exceeds the capacity of the environment to support life at a decent standard of living. Often it's measured not just by the sheer number of people, but by factors like pollution, depletion of natural resources, and the overall quality of life. The fear here is that our natural resources are being used up at a rate that is unsustainable in the long run. However, it's crucial to distinguish between total population and population density. Total population is the sheer number of people living in a given area, while population density measures the number of people relative to the size of the area. For instance, a country might have a high total population, but a low population density if it has a large area. Let's explore some examples. Countries like the Netherlands and Japan have high population densities, but are renowned for efficient resource management. The Netherlands, with its innovative water management systems and sustainable agriculture, stands as a testament to how a country can thrive despite having a high density. Similarly, Japan, despite its limited arable land and natural resources, has excelled in maximizing efficiency through technology and stringent resource management policies. These examples show that the key issue in overpopulation is not necessarily the number of people, but how resources are managed. Efficient resource management can mitigate many of the negative impacts traditionally associated with high population density. This brings us to an important realization. Overpopulation is a complex and multifaceted issue. It's not just about counting heads. The real challenge lies in ensuring that our development is sustainable, resources are used efficiently, and that innovations continue to make it possible to support our population. So overpopulation is not just about numbers, but about how effectively we manage our resources. Ever heard that the world is getting younger every day? Think again. As we peel back the layers of global demographic trends, a striking pattern emerges, particularly in developed countries. Nations like Japan and Germany are witnessing a significant shift towards older populations, a trend that's reshaping societies in profound ways. In Japan, the land of the rising sun, the situation is particularly acute. The country has the highest proportion of elderly citizens globally, with about 28% of its population over the age of 65. This demographic shift is not just a statistic, it impacts every facet of life. From labor markets struggling with workforce shortages to increased government spending on healthcare and pensions, the economic implications are profound. Socially, the fabric of communities is changing, with a greater need for elder care services and age-friendly infrastructure. Similarly, Germany faces its own challenges with an aging populace. As one of Europe's largest economies, the ripple effects of an aging demographic are significant. Economic growth slows as the workforce ages, and the burden on the younger working-age population increases as they must support an expanding retired community through social security systems. Contrast this with developing regions such as sub-Saharan Africa, where the demographic landscape is markedly different. Here the populations are young, with a median age of just 19 in countries like Niger and Uganda. While this youthfulness presents an opportunity for growth and dynamism, it also brings challenges. Educational systems are often under pressure to accommodate growing numbers of children and young adults, and employment opportunities must be created at a fast pace to keep up with the burgeoning workforce. The juxtaposition of these demographic extremes highlights a global imbalance. While some countries grapple with the socio-economic demands of an aging population, others are tasked with harnessing the potential of their youth. It appears the fountain of youth isn't evenly distributed across the globe. City life is the norm, right? Not exactly. When we peek behind the curtain of global demographics, a fascinating narrative unfolds, showing a world divided not just by borders but by the very essence of where people choose to live. Currently, approximately 55% of the world's population resides in urban areas, a figure that is projected to soar to 68% by 2050. Yet that leaves a substantial 45% still embracing rural life, each with its unique set of challenges and lifestyles. The shift towards urban living is most pronounced in rapidly developing countries like China and India. These nations are witnessing a massive migration from rural to urban regions. For instance, over the past few decades, China has seen its urban population explode, thanks in part to government policies aimed at urban development. Similarly, India is experiencing an urban revolution, with millions seeking the bustling life of cities each year, driven by the promise of better employment, education, and healthcare. However, this rapid urbanization is not without its consequences. As cities swell, the strain on infrastructure becomes palpably clear. Housing shortages, overwhelmed public transport systems, and increased pollution are just the tip of the iceberg. Economically, while cities contribute a significant chunk of GDP, this rapid growth can lead to increased inequality and pockets of urban poverty, which are challenging to eradicate. Conversely, rural areas face their own set of challenges. Lack of immediate access to healthcare, education, and employment opportunities can hinder personal and economic growth. Yet these areas are often the heartlands of tradition and culture, and they play a crucial role in agriculture and sustainability. The differences in lifestyle between urban and rural dwellers are stark. City life is fast-paced, characterized by a constant buzz and newer technologies, while rural life moves at a slower pace, closely connected with nature and community traditions. The urban-rural divide paints a complex picture of our living arrangements. It highlights not just a choice of habitat, but a deep-seated division in access to resources, quality of life, and future opportunities. As we move forward, understanding this divide is crucial for planning more inclusive cities and supportive rural policies. People are constantly on the move, but where and why? Migration is a dynamic and complex phenomenon that has shaped human history from its very beginnings. Each year, millions of people cross borders, driven by a variety of powerful forces. Let's delve into the currents of global migration and understand what propels these vast human flows. At the heart of migration are economic opportunities. Many individuals move from places with fewer job prospects to regions booming with economic activity. For instance, the allure of high-paying jobs and better living standards pulls a significant number of migrants to countries like the United States, Germany, and Canada. This economic migration not only fills labor shortages in host countries, but also sends remittances back home, playing a crucial role in the economies of the origin countries. But it's not just the pursuit of prosperity that drives people from their homes. Wars and political instability force countless individuals to leave everything behind in search of safety and security. Regions engulfed in conflict such as Syria and Afghanistan have seen large portions of their populations seek refuge in neighboring countries and beyond. These movements are often urgent and fraught with peril, yet they are a testament to the resilience and determination of the human spirit. Climate change, too, is emerging as a formidable driver of migration. As rising sea levels, extreme weather events, and shifting agricultural patterns jeopardize livelihoods, more people are moving to safer, more sustainable environments. This type of migration is expected to increase as environmental conditions continue to change. The impacts on origin and destination countries are profound. While origin countries may experience a drain in skilled labor, they benefit from remittances. Destination countries, on the other hand, face the challenge of integrating new populations, but often gain from the cultural diversity and innovation that migrants bring. In conclusion, migration is more than just movement. It's a complex interplay of economic, social, and environmental factors. It challenges our policies, inspires our communities, and reshapes our world. Migration shapes demographics in profound ways, redefining borders and cultures. Let's wrap up what we've uncovered about global demographics. First, the global population is indeed vast, yet it hasn't hit the 8 billion mark as often claimed. This misconception feeds into the second point, overpopulation. While certain areas face high population densities, the myth of a uniformly overpopulated world overlooks the nuances of geographic and resource distribution. Thirdly, we've seen that many societies are aging. Countries like Japan and Italy are experiencing more significant shifts towards older populations, impacting everything from the workforce to healthcare systems. Fourth, the urban-rural divide is more pronounced than ever. Urban areas are booming, becoming megacities, while rural regions often struggle with depopulation, altering economic and social landscapes dramatically. Lastly, migration patterns are reshaping demographics globally. People are moving in unprecedented numbers, driven by factors like climate change, economic opportunities, and geopolitical unrest, influencing cultural compositions and policy needs in host countries. Demographics shape our world in fundamental ways. Understanding them helps us prepare for the challenges and opportunities ahead.